News that has me flipping out right now, right here on Panel Chat. Hey everyone, welcome to Panel Chat. So, I had just gotten off Skype today with Dan, and I was talking about how I really wanted to do a series just like this, because I'm a huge nerd, as you could tell, from the Spider-Man collection in back of me, which I have massive amounts of posters, especially with the superhero films that I'm trying to collect and all. Right now I'm trying to get an Iron Man 2 one, actually, so I was going to take my time on making these kinds of videos, really think about what I wanted to do as my first video, but I had logged on to Facebook today, and I saw some amazing news. It was more of an interview, but I dropped everything and I said, this is going to be my first video. It was almost a sign for me to make this video, and I had to talk about it. So the news is, let me just get straight out and go with it, that Tom Welling from Smallville, which is my favorite superhero show to date, is talking about possibly reprising the role again, getting back into the suit, and going on, whether it's Supergirl or Flash or Arrow. I am stoked about this. So the article that was posted by comicbookmovie.com is the one that I'm referencing to, because many different sites wrote about it, but this is the one in particular, just so everyone knows exactly what I'm talking about. So Tom was interviewed, I'm guessing today, about his new show, Section 13, that he's hoping to be picked up by CBS. The pilot would be airing, maybe, if it gets picked up. Jarrett Wieselman, sorry if I butchered your name, seemed to have asked Tom what we've all been wondering as fans, whether or not he'd be willing to pick up the suit again and don the character of Superman / Clark Kent in Supergirl or Arrow or Flash. And Tom responded with, there's people who would like it, there's people who don't like it, but I will tell you that no one has ever actually asked me to do it. So I don't know. It would be kind of odd. I don't know who he is at that point. He would obviously be Superman. So this has been like my wish since Arrow came out and they started doing this whole thing with connecting other heroes to it and everything, and Flash. I said that if they do Superman or Clark Kent, it has to be him. Even if they don't connect Smallville to it and they want to keep him just as a Clark Kent or Superman and pretend like Smallville never happened, if that's got to be the case, that's got to be the case. But he has to be him for TV. I'd preferably like to see him on Flash and Arrow, mostly because I don't like Supergirl the show. It's a personal opinion. I think it's really just awful. If the only way for Tom to come back is through CBS and Supergirl's the show that he's got to be on, so be it. I'll watch the episodes that he's on. I really hope this happens. Smallville was my favorite show when it was out. I was always watching it in bits and pieces, and unfortunately it took me as long as until about last year or 2 years ago, where I started watching it from beginning to end. I binge watched it all the way through. Another reason why I would love to see Tom mostly in Flash or Arrow is because the two of them have really a lot of different villains, and the ones that they've been mixing in along with the heroes and everything. I would really like to see Tom meet a team again, even in the Legends of Tomorrow, and interact with some of these people like Captain Cold, the Flash, Arrow, any of them. I would just really like to see him reprise the role, and Clark Kent / Superman I've been seeing for 10 years start to mix with some of these people that I've been following as far as a couple years ago. I think that would be a really interesting thing to see, compared to, especially when Supergirl that just launched and you don't know where it's going to go and if it's even going to connect to these, whereas that the CW shows are going to be there for a while, and CW, which was originally the WB, had Smallville on their channel. It just seems like he's going back home. I think that would be really the best way for this to happen. Now that I got that fanboying out of the way, that you might see me do that a lot. It's time for me to do a little, I guess I should have done this introduction earlier in the video, but I don't know, whatever, I'm doing it now. So the way that the videos are going to work mostly is this will be the time where I usually tease at the end of the video for what might be my next video, unless some crazy news like today suddenly comes up that'll be bumped first to be posted, and I'll throw it up real quick as fast as possible. Most of them are going to be opinion videos, reviews, whether it's a movie or a new comic I just read or a storyline, or with the news I might jump into a little bit of background for people who want to learn a little bit more. I'm just someone who wants to share my opinion or my knowledge with everyone else. You could comment below your opinion. Just know that my opinion's mine. Try not to criticize me too harshly for what I say. There's nothing personal. So please, this is only a taste of what's to come. Don't forget to click subscribe if you want to check out more videos of me ranting or fanboying like today, or whatever the case is. And do yourself a favor, check out GameSaw's other videos on the channel. So until my next video, see ya, true believers.